I'm Samantha Morrell, your LPGA professional, and today I'm going to talk about how to hit a longer bunker shot and how to adjust the difference between a long and a shorter bunker shot. So there are three ways that I really use to control the distance out of the sand, and one of the first ways is very simple and obvious but sometimes overlooked, and that is just club selection. No one has to say that I have to hit a sand wedge. I can use a lob wedge, a 60-degree wedge if I have a shorter club. I can use a sand wedge. I can even use a gap wedge. Using a longer club will right there automatically help me to hit a longer bunker shot. The second way I can control the distance is in my backswing. How far back I go. Do I come up short for a short shot, or do I make a little bit of a longer backswing? The longer or shorter the backswing will dictate how far the ball goes. The third way to control the distance is how much sand to take. If I'm taking a lot of sand, which means I'm really digging into the sand, I will end up hitting a shorter shot. If I hit a nice fluffy sand, if I don't take a lot, I'll be hitting a little bit of a longer shot. The way I like to think about it, and I tell this to students, is to think about scooping ice cream. Do I want to have a big scoop and take a lot of ice cream, or maybe just take a little bit off the top and have a nice little shallower scoop? So that's how I imagine hitting out of the sand for longer or shorter shots. So I'm going to use my sand wedge this time. I have the 60-degree here, but I have a little bit of a longer shot, so I am going to use the sand wedge in this case. And I'm going to set up the same way I would be for any bunker shot. I'm going to dig in to the sand, get nice and comfortable, probably play the ball just forward of center. Again, I have a little bit harder sand in this case that isn't as light and fluffy, so in this case I might need to take a little bit more of a scoop. So if I know I've got to take a little bit more scoop, I'm going to use the first way to adjust the distance, and that is to take a sand, a little bit longer club. So I'm going to get nice and comfortable, slightly forward. Again, I have a little bit more weight favoring my left side. My hands are also a little bit more forward, and I'm going to take a pretty generous backswing. I'm going to come back a little bit further than I would on a shorter shot. So I'm going to come up about here, and again, always have to make a big follow through. Nice, confident follow through. So I'm going to try that, and we'll see if it works. That's the way you adjust the distance for a longer or shorter sand shot.